So they recently just dropped a new phone, the Rain Loop phone. I know it's kind of crazy to say rain and phone in the same thing, but that's what we're talking about today. I know I'm very late to the news, but I just kind of want to talk about this because I think it's very interesting when it comes to the South African market, the economy that we're in, and like budget phones, which as you may know, I'm quite interested in. So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what this phone is, if it's a good deal for you. Is it actually a bargain or is it actually a scam? Let's find out. Before we get into anything, I think it's important to talk about the actual device you would be getting for 595 Rand per month. It is called the Loop phone, designed by DL or Loop DL. There's a whole thing behind that. But yeah, the phone comes with the following. The Loop phone itself comes with a 6.83-inch AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. This is going to give you the smooth scrolling experience on apps and even when you're gaming. The phone is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7100 and it's a 6nm chipset. This is also paired with 8GB RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Okay, that was a mouthful, but just in simple terms, this chipset is your typical mid-range device tech chipset that's going to handle all day-to-day tasks fairly well. And it can do some casual gaming, probably play your favorite games to medium to low settings. It's not anything crazy, but more than enough for what you're getting. Now this is where the real stuff come from. This is the big, I guess, draw of the phone, and it's the camera. The Loop phone comes with a 200 megapixel main camera alongside what Rain calls the glance screen. The glance screen is a separate screen on the back of the phone that's going to allow you to do a number of functions, but the main one that's being advertised is being able to use the main camera as your selfie. So you can actually do 2 selfies on the back screen, which I think is a really cool feature. And I don't know if you know about the Xiaomi 17 Pro, but this is something that they were also heavily diving into early in the year with this device. I will also mention though that the phone does come with a 32 megapixel front camera, but to be honest, I don't know how good this will actually be because the whole advertising, whole pitch of this device is that this screen on the back allows you to use the main 200 megapixel camera as your selfie camera. So who knows how good it actually is. Okay, and then we have the battery. The Loop phone actually has a massive 7000 milliamp silicon anode battery which also supports 45 watts fast charging. On paper, this sounds amazing. It's basically an all-day battery. However, software optimization and the efficiency of the phone does play a role in its day-to-day, so we can't really know the true extent of the battery life without actually physically using it. But on paper, it's looking good. The phone also does come with a few other add-ons, such as an in-display fingerprint sensor, tap to pay functionality, a Rain eSIM, so it is locked to Rain, and it also comes with IP64 dust and splash resistance. With all that being said about the phone, how does this actually work? This phone does cost 595 Rand on a month-to-month payment plan. It is not a contract, but there are a few caveats as to how this works, so let's get into that. So Rain is providing 3 main packages, one for 595, one for 695, and one for 995. Basically, each package comes with the device and unlimited data, but what is the main limiting factor is where you can use the data. So for 595, you can use unlimited data and the device in your city. Now you can leave the city with the device, but you'll then be charged 20 Rand per gigabyte. And then the second one, which is 695, same thing, but this is for your province. So if you're in Joburg and you're just moving around Gauteng, you can use unlimited data. But as soon as you leave Gauteng, you are now going to have to again pay the same for cost. And then lastly is 995. Now this is basically the unlimited plan anywhere in South Africa, so this is for the whole of South Africa. Now there is a catch: you can't hotspot. Well, you can, they just charge you more. So that same 20 Rand per gigabyte that I mentioned, for that same thing there's a separate thing for hotspotting. So if you try hotspot a device, you will be charged an additional 20 Rand. So this is not really like the Loop that they had last year, where it's a router. This is actually a phone where the idea is you're going to use the data on the phone, and as soon as you hotspot, you will be charged extra. So please guys, be very careful. Don't just now start hotspotting everyone or hotspotting your devices at home thinking that you're still gonna pay the base price that you signed up for. So yeah, that's how the plan works. Look, it is all fine and dandy, but I think there's one big key element that they needs to be working on, which is their network.
Hey. Patron.
If you're like me, I've used Rain before, and personally my experience has been hit or miss, especially if you're someone like me that's moved around a bit. You can have good network in one neighborhood, but then you go to the next neighborhood and it's terrible. Or even if you're in one space at certain times, particularly the peak hours, it gets really bad. And I think that's the biggest one. I will also have to point out, I will point out that this whole internet plan, this unlimited data, is capped at 20 megabytes per second, so you're not getting anything faster than that. So you're gonna use it for like really intensive tasks, which, I mean, what are you doing on your phone that's that intensive? Then you may need to potentially look at alternative options, or at least be be aware of the fact of that fact. I will point out that Rain has introduced or made a feature on this device called smart switching, which basically allows the user or the phone in the background to switch between 4G and 5G, making for a more stable and less like crazy experience with Rain. So what do I think of the Loop phone and this offer? Honestly, I think it's really cool. If Rain can deliver on what is promising both on paper but also on the networking side of things, I think for $595 a month you're getting a really good phone and you're getting unlimited data, which is just a double whammy. Who's this for though? I'm not too sure just as yet, because if you really think about this, most people are gonna have their main phone, their main device, and they just kind of want a data, which then probably you're gonna just stick with the Rain SIM card or whatever. But this could have been a really cool secondary device. Either if you find yourself spending way too much money on data when you're on the go, this could be the device that you use. And if it can live up to the specs that it's saying on the website, I think this is gonna really allow people to really do more when they're out and about. And I think this would be a really cool device when people are going out. I think this could be a really cool social media creating moments, content creation device as well. But obviously that also highly depends on the camera. But yeah, anyway, let me know down below what you think of this device. Do you think it's something that is worth reviewing? If so, maybe let's get like, actually, yeah, no, let's set a 100 likes goal. If you can get to 100 likes, I will definitely get the device and review it. Maybe do a day in the life, maybe give you the pros and cons and my personal opinions on the device. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this, please subscribe, share it with your friends, and a subscription or subscribing to the channel would be highly appreciated. Appreciate you. Have a blessed day.